There is a feeling that is familiar to almost everyone. You enter a room feeling calm, centered, and full of energy. You have a conversation, an interaction with another person, and when you walk away, you feel depleted, agitated, as if a fine layer of dust has settled upon the clear surface of your mind. Or perhaps it is more intense, a feeling of being drained, as if a vital energy has been siphoned away from you. The modern world has a name for this. It is said that someone is sending you negative energy. This idea suggests that we are moving through a world of invisible currents, of psychic attacks and defenses, where we are the passive recipients of the ill will or inner turmoil of others. It paints a picture of vulnerability, a reality where our inner peace is constantly under siege from external forces. This perspective, while born from a genuine experience, is a dangerous one. It is dangerous because it places the source of our suffering outside of ourselves. And if the cause is outside, then we believe the solution must also be outside. We begin to build walls, to avoid people, to engage in complex rituals of protection, all in an attempt to shield ourselves from these unseen arrows. But the Shaolin Path teaches us a different way. It teaches us that the ultimate fortress is not built of external walls, but of internal cultivation. What if the feeling of being affected by another's energy is not a sign of their power, but a diagnostic tool for our own practice? What if the sign to watch for is not in them, but in our own reaction? Today, we will explore this common experience not as a threat to be defended against, but as one of the most valuable invitations you will ever receive to deepen your training and claim true sovereignty over your inner world. To understand what is happening in these energetic exchanges, we must first clarify our terms. When we speak of energy, we are speaking of qi. Qi is not a mystical or abstract concept. It is the very fabric of life. It is the vitality in your blood, the electricity in your nervous system, the warmth in your body, and the clarity, the light in your mind, which we call Shen. A person with strong, stable, and flowing qi is healthy, vibrant, and mentally clear. A person with depleted, stagnant, or scattered qi feels unwell, emotionally volatile, and mentally foggy. Every human being is a transmitter of their own energetic state. A person who is consumed by anger, jealousy, or fear is not consciously sending you their negativity. Their internal state is one of chaos, and this chaos naturally emanates from them through their words, their posture, their expressions, and the very quality of their presence. It is like a person with a fever radiating heat. They are not attacking you with heat. They are simply in a state of heat. To exist in the world is to encounter these different energetic states. You cannot avoid it, just as you cannot avoid the changing of the weather. The question, therefore, is not how to stop the rain from falling. The question is how to build a reliable shelter. The core principle that we must understand is this: another person's energy cannot disturb your mind unless there is something within your mind that resonates with it. An echo requires a hollow space to exist. A fire requires fuel to spread. The anger of another person can only ignite your own anger if the kindling of anger is already present within you. Their anxiety can only hook into you if the seeds of anxiety already exist in your own inner soil. The disturbance you feel is a co-creation. It is a resonance between their chaotic state and the uncultivated parts of your own consciousness. Your feeling of being drained is not a sign that they have taken something from you. It is a sign that your own energy was not sufficiently rooted and consolidated, that your own vessel had cracks through which your vitality could leak. This is not a teaching of blame. It is a teaching of radical responsibility. It moves you from the powerless position of a victim to the powerful position of a practitioner. The entire world becomes your training hall, and every person you meet becomes a potential teacher, a mirror showing you the exact state of your own inner cultivation. The true enemy, then, is not the person sending the negative energy. The true enemy is the state of being that allows this energy to penetrate. Let us call this enemy the porous mind. The porous mind is the untrained mind. It has no gatekeeper. Its borders are open, and it allows any passing thought, emotion, or external influence to enter and wreak havoc. The porous mind identifies with everything. If someone is angry, it thinks, "I am being attacked." If someone is critical, it thinks I am unworthy. If someone is sad, it absorbs their sadness and makes it its own. It has no stable center, so it is constantly tossed about by the waves of other people's emotional states. To live with a porous mind is to live in a constant state of reaction. It is exhausting. You become an emotional chameleon, changing your color based on who you are with, losing your own sense of self. This leads to resentment, because you feel that others are controlling your inner state, and it leads to isolation, as you begin to see other people as threats to your fragile peace. This is the karmic cycle of the energetic victim. The practice, therefore, is not to build higher walls around you, but to transform the very nature of your mind from something porous and reactive to something solid and resilient. We must cultivate an adamantine shield, a shield forged not from defense, but from the profound stability of your own being. And the first step in this cultivation is learning to correctly identify the sign. The sign to watch for is not an external event. It is an internal sensation. The very moment you feel that shift inside you, that tightening in your stomach, that flash of irritation, that wave of fatigue, that is the bell of mindfulness. That is the sign. Your practice begins at that precise moment. Do not look at the other person and blame them. That is the old habit. The new practice is to immediately turn your awareness inward. The feeling itself is your teacher. Now we begin the training. The first pillar is anchoring the breath. The moment you recognize the sign, your immediate action is to connect with your breath. Take one slow, deep breath, feeling the air enter your body and feeling it leave. In this simple act, you create a space, a precious gap between the external stimulus and your habitual unconscious reaction. You have cut the circuit of reactivity. You have brought your mind, which was about to be pulled into their story, back home into the safety and reality of your own body. The second pillar is observing without judgment. Within that space created by the breath, you now observe the sensation. Do not label it bad or negative. Do not attach a story to it. Simply witness it as a pure physical event. Is it a vibration in your chest, a tightness in your jaw, a feeling of heat rising? Observe it with the curiosity of a scientist. When you can observe a feeling without becoming entangled in the story about the feeling, it loses its power over you. You are no longer the storm. You are the calm, clear sky watching the storm cloud pass. It is not personal. It is just energy, a weather pattern moving through your system. The third pillar is cultivating the stable root. The previous two pillars are your immediate response, your emergency technique. This pillar is your long-term foundational training. A tree with shallow roots is easily swayed by the wind. A tree with deep, strong roots stands firm in a hurricane. Your chi is your root system. To deepen it, you must practice. The most powerful method for this is the standing meditation Zhanzhuang. By standing still, relaxing the body, and aligning the structure, you train your energy to sink, to gather, to consolidate at your core, in your lower dantian. Daily practice of standing builds a reservoir of calm, stable, and abundant qi. When your own energetic center is full and powerful, the scattered, chaotic energy of others simply cannot find a foothold. It washes over you like water over a smooth, solid stone. You are no longer a leaf in the wind. You are the mountain. The fourth and most advanced pillar is the shield of compassion. Once you have established your own stability through the previous practices, you are ready for this final transformation. When you feel another person's chaotic energy and you are able to remain centered in your own being, you can now look at them with new eyes. You realize that their anger, their negativity, their criticism is not about you. It is the expression of their own suffering. They are trapped in their own prison of reactivity. They are in pain. From this place of secure understanding, a genuine feeling of compassion, karuna, can arise. This compassion is the ultimate alchemy. It is an impenetrable shield. When you meet their anger, not with fear or defensiveness, but with a silent, stable compassion, the dynamic is completely transformed. You are not absorbing their negativity. You are not trying to fix them. You are simply holding a space of profound stability and non-judgment. Their chaotic energy has nothing to resonate with, nothing to push against, and it naturally dissipates, like a wave crashing against the shore of a vast continent. The consequence of this fourfold practice is nothing less than true energetic sovereignty. You cease to be a victim of your environment. You can move through any situation, interact with any person, and maintain the integrity of your own inner peace. Your energy is no longer a fluctuating commodity, dependent on the people around you. It becomes a steady, radiant sun, emanating from your own cultivated center. You find that you are not only unaffected by the negativity of others, but that your own stable presence can actually have a calming, harmonizing effect on them. You become a source of peace in a troubled world, not by what you say or do, but by the very quality of your being. The path of the practitioner is not to seek a life free from challenges. It is to seek the inner strength to meet any challenge with grace and equanimity. Every person who triggers you, every interaction that disturbs you, is a gift. It is your curriculum. It is a precise and perfect mirror, showing you where your roots are still shallow, where your fortress walls are still weak, where your practice needs more attention. To wish for a world without difficult people is to wish to remain a beginner forever. The advanced practitioner welcomes these challenges as an opportunity to test and strengthen their cultivation. The ultimate goal is not to build an impenetrable wall to keep the world out. It is to cultivate a light within you so bright and a foundation so deep that you no longer need a wall. You can remain open, engaged, and compassionate, yet be completely centered and sovereign in your own energy. The power is not in deflecting what is sent to you, but in becoming so fundamentally whole and grounded that the concept of an external attack becomes irrelevant. You are the mountain. You are the deep-rooted tree. The winds of the world will blow, but they will no longer be able to move you. This inner stability is the true sign of a master. It is a quiet strength, a calm presence that is the bedrock of a meaningful life. To anchor your own intention to cultivate this strength, press the like button. And to continue on this journey of transforming every challenge into a stepping stone, subscribe to the Shaolin Path. Until next time, be the mountain.